Hello, YouTube. I'm Trilladero. This is my Warhammer 3 campaign series,
As I hold
and I'm
God
going to be playing as Vlad von Carstein. I'm going to be playing on Legendary Campaign, very hard battles, no endgame scenario, no endgame crisis rather, and no mods, and ironman mode. So that seems to be the new meta now. I do appreciate Creative Assembly giving us the option of having Iron Man, because even if you don't want to do legendary, you might like to have that challenge, because it seems a lot of online gaming is all about not save scumming, so it just helps you stick to that playstyle, I guess. um Personally, I'm a pretty big save scummer. I don't like losing. So when I would play XCOM and XCOM 2, I did reload the game a lot, but I did get pretty far. On XCOM 2, I beat it on the PS4. And the last mission, my system was chugging. Like, every time you end the turn, it would it would almost cease to exist. So I managed to get through it. One person got downed, so I got through the whole campaign without anybody dying. And yeah, that just think of how many times I had to reload the game. And that's on console. When I played on PC, it's the same thing. Just reload, and the computer ran so fast that it would happen instantly. But that's XCOM. That's a really good series. And if you're a Warhammer fan, I don't know if you would like rolling the dice with XCOM, but if you do like taking chances, that's definitely a series that's up your alley. Playing an Iron Man mode of XCOM would be insane. You would die really quickly. Okay.
Van Kruger knows his position is weak and has sent out an army to check your advance.
So you don't need to raise the dead for these first few fights. You want to save your money, because we want to get this up to tier 2, and we want to get the Mausoleum of the Mad Countess, because we want to start recruiting those vampires as soon as possible. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'd rather have that in a different spot.
all shall know me.
It's not like there's much to raise anyway. It's better to save this for when you're building your second army. But what we're going to do is we're going to fight these 3 battles, and we're going to get ready to take on Drycha. So Drycha is the one we need to have the Raise the Dead for. So we probably won't do it this turn. Probably do it next turn. And yeah. So anyway, the research I'm going for is Infuse the Tireless Hordes. Gives you campaign movement range. And that also adds up to the campaign movement range that Vlad's faction gives you. That's one of the reasons why I like him a bit better than Isabella. Isabella's vampires are obviously more powerful. Like, there's no disputing that. Excuse me. And you get a quicker start with Isabella. Plus, she's a free lord. I'm pretty sure she's free for Warhammer 2. That, like, you can't go, like, you can't beat free. Nothing I say will ever dispute that. But if you want someone that has a bit more tactical flexibility, that would be Vlad von Carstein. And as a lord, you know, as a lord or as a hero, he's pretty much the same. That's the way they did it. The thing about playing as Isabella, though, you cannot make a blood kiss farm as Isabella, because since Vlad is never a lord, no one can lose to him.
Kneel before your master. Blood's Dutch. Vlad von Carstein.
Oh, that was a terrible charge.
Fear us with haste. Swiftly.
We need to get out of those infantry.
Swiftly.
So normally when I do this, it's just like one charge and they die.
Right.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have to. We might have to heal their damage.
Vlad von Carstein. Life ends. Victory is mine. With haste.
Gotta get these guys out of here. These guys might die.
Knights to battle.
So Graveguard, even though they don't have armor-piercing damage, they do have high base weapon strength.
Feast.
So being surrounded by them is pretty bad because they'll tear you apart.
Lances coast.
Okay, looks like they're still alive. We only took 6 casualties. That's not bad. This is the worst start I've ever had on this campaign.
Swiftly. All life must end. Bow before me.
Okay, he's in our infantry. That's good. Now we can surround him.
Death to the living!
Let's get rid of his attack.
End them!
That's good.
Harkon's blood.
So let's wait until these guys join the blob. We don't want them to disengage. As soon as they commit, they'll open themselves up to a flank.
Vlad von Carstein. Yes? Blood!
He's trying to get away.
Undead knights.
Okay. Lord is down.
Vlad von Carstein.
Let's heal Vlad.
We must have blood. Give them death.
Let's give him a heal. You want to watch your infantry. You don't want them to go below 100. So let's give this guy a heal too.
We hunger.
Hit J,
Swiftly.
and they'll leave to where they just started off at. I don't want to do much more damage. I want to be able to heal.
I am darkness.
Oh, that's fine. So this is the worst I've ever done on this opening fight. Usually, those Blood Knights will destroy the Dire Wolves instantly, but because they turned to the side and they weren't moving, so yeah. Moving your infantry close to the enemy formation will get them to move. So what I should have done was sent the cavalry in first, then the infantry. But it's not a lot of damage. We won't be able to heal it in the next fight, unfortunately. But as long as we don't take much more damage in the next couple fights, we'll heal it over the end turn. Now, it may not have been the best, but I think that's the fastest I've ever done that fight. Because that's the best thing about the Blood Knights and the Vargeists, is once you've got a blob set up, you can do a lot of damage. Excuse me. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to time these. So it's been 10 minutes. I want to make these episodes about an hour. Okay. 0% replenishment, but we can heal to full. We don't want to, though, because we need to save up some money. So even though we spent all our cash, we almost already made it back. So I like to get them the hunger first because you won't need to use as many heals on them. But you want to go down their magic lines first because that's where they're the most powerful. They already start with really good melee stats, 70 attack. She has 50. She has 70. She has the same stats as Vlad, but he has armor-piercing damage. So in battle, I think she gets an extra, 10 attack and 10 defense. Own army. So yeah, in battle they are really strong.
Carstein, King of Darkness.
So this battle will be a lot easier. They don't have any Graveguard. I don't want to auto-resolve this though because I don't want to take unnecessary damage. That's the thing with the vampire counts. You want your trash to live because you want to save it for, when you really need it. Like when we fight the Wood Elves, we want to have some trash on our army because we don't want our Graveguard to tank an entire army. We want them to dish out damage. Excuse me. So let's try this again. I won't move my infantry until I'm ready to attack.
Undead knights.
So they didn't get killed by direwolves. Keep that in mind. They got killed by Graveguard. And not even necessarily from them doing damage. Just from them pulling them off their horses, basically. If you get trapped inside an infantry blob and you try to disengage, the units that are trapped will die. They'll just die. They'll lose all their defense and the enemies will tear them apart. So you see, this is what was supposed to happen before. Just a big charge. Because since you can't knock down the direwolves, they don't have a knockdown animation, they take the full brunt of the charge.
Darkness comes.
This is why cavalry isn't as good against infantry in a field battle. It's because you knock them down, and then you get stuck.
Swiftly.
This went really well. Our bats didn't take any casualties. That's why, like, if you sent one or the other in by themselves, they take casualties. That's why you want to mix up your units. Like, we have our heroes with our blob, and they'll do really well. So in the last fight, the enemy lord went to our blob. Really easy to take him out. It's the same thing for us. If we're in their blob, we'll be really easy to take out. So they don't want to go for it. That's fine.
Vlad von Carstein.
Like, we could just sit here all day and they won't move.
It is done.
Black Coach. Let's send the Black Coach in. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I like to keep it around just in case you want to sacrifice something. Because they will fixate on this unit and chase it down.
I am busy.
So it looks like they're going in for an attack. I'm not sure which way this guy's going.
Kill. Swiftly.
Dude, like, it knocks them around, but they don't die. It's the same thing with cavalry. Wait for them to come in, because what'll happen is we'll overlap, and then they'll get stuck in between two units. So we don't want the Black Coach to just sit there. It'll take too much damage. It has to always be moving. Because look. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage to it while it's trying to pull out. Okay. Watch this charge. So they always try to converge at the center of the unit. So that's why hitting them on the flank can be good, because you overlap their flank. But if we say did it from the back and overlaps, we could get surrounded.
battle calls!
Yes!
Kill our vampire. Like, you just get stuck. So, its damage is impressive until you realize that most of that damage gets wasted on knocking people down. That was a really good charge right into our units. They don't get stuck on your own units, but they will get stuck on just these couple of guys here. He's attacking while he's doing that, but look, it's still not much. Let's send these guys in.
For blood,
And then
League!
so as you can see, against zombies and skeletons, Graveguard have no equal. Graveguard are the advanced version of skeletons. So there's just no way they're going to be able to beat them, especially as a blob. Because when you're in a blob, you are facing back to back. So even though you're surrounded, your units are facing outwards, and you're not getting hit in the back. Like, getting charged in the back by zombies is not that big of a deal. If they had bigger units, you'd want to watch how you exposed yourself to them. So this next move is interesting. Normally what you would want to do is capture the settlement. But I want to go after Drycha. I don't want Drycha to get too strong, because if you've ever played a Drycha campaign, she's really strong at the get-go. She can summon wild animals, which are pretty tough, and do a lot of damage. And then she can summon ancient treemen lords. So we're going to sack this. And because Vlad has extra movement, he's going to be able to hit Waldenhof.
Darkness, Lord of the Night.
Now we're going to go for his magic, because we want to get Flock of Doom. As soon as we finish this battle, Vlad will get 2 levels, and we'll be able to put both points into Flock of Doom, which is a blob-busting spell. It's really strong.
The von Carstein.
Okay, and look how much money we have. We've made up over half of what we spent already, just from doing battles. That's why you don't necessarily need to recruit the extra units. Like, for this battle, it looks bad for a couple of reasons. One, it's a level 2 settlement. The higher the settlement level, the stronger the garrison. It's also got a garrison, and adds defenses to the settlement. Battles fought here will be unwalled settlement battles. Gives you 2 Graveguard and 1 Crypt Ghoul. Those are high damage units. So, when you send your army in to attack this settlement, they look at these units and they're like, oh man, like, look at the stats they have. They have this bonus versus infantry, which adds to their attack and their defense. They have all this armor. They have high health. They look at your army and it's like, oh, you don't have enough to be able to take this out comfortably. But you do. The map itself, it's really simple to deal with. There's a lot of ways in, but I found the best way is to use your Graveguard blob at this intersection here. They'll have units deployed in the settlement, but as you kill their units, they'll send more to reinforce that point. So you don't have to spread yourself out and worry about all the towers. You can just focus your force in one spot, and they'll come out to meet you. And it's the same with regular sieges. It's hard to capture the points now because they spread their units out. And if you capture a point, they actually recapture it now. They didn't used to do that. They would just stay wherever they spawned. So that's why you have to change your tactics. So pulling them out of the settlement is better. You don't have to worry about your flanks. You don't have to worry about arcs of fire if you have missile units. And we're not going to be able to use our chargers So this will be a longer fight just because of the infantry grind. But once this fight is over, we'll have our Flock of Doom, and that makes every battle after this a lot easier. So I like this section down here. They can build 3 towers, but the thing is, your flying units can handle towers easily enough, so they'll have 1 tower here and like 1 tower here that can shoot over here. It doesn't usually shoot into here unless you pull your guys back. If you keep them close to the cliff, they're usually safe.
Vlad von Carstein, Lord of the Dead.
Let's just send them up here.
Reigns.
Replenishes ammunition for vampires. Perfect. I won't send the flyers after the bats. The bats will probably join the fray. Ghouls are pretty strong. Though against a zombie or a skeleton, they're pretty dangerous. But Graveguard have armor, so they can kind of help fight against that. So they're going to charge their bats in. That's fine. The bats are fighting Graveguard, which... like, the melee defense of the bats is pretty high. Yeah, look how much damage they took charging into that. Direwolves. That's fine. Let them come. Let's get ready to attack this tower. Let's drink some coffee. So we're starting to take some damage. It's not bad because we can heal that. Like, the thing with the vampires is the longer the fight goes on, the more of your magic you're able to utilize, and that's just the good stuff.
Isabella von
So they're fighting back to back. Let's see if we can get her
Time to kill.
over here.
Swiftly.
The thing about the blood chalice is you can use it as many times as you want. You just have to wait for the cooldown.
At once. Swiftly.
Okay, let's heal her.
Queen of darkness.
Put the debuff on these units here.
For Sylvania.
Okay, towers up. So the best way to destroy towers is to cycle charge. Do you see? Strips the health off really quickly. So our Graveguard's starting to take a bit of damage. Let's start healing them.
Isabella von Carstein.
So we lost a Vargas, that's fine. We can heal one entity after the end turn. Save your heals for your Graveguard. Okay, that tower's down. They're gonna build another one. So he's got the reduced cooldown. speed of Lycos. Interesting. So look, see, they're healing their entities up.
Isabella von Carstein.
70, 58, 96. See if we can get more guys into the fight.
Isabella von Carstein. For Vlad, I am darkness.
Heal him.
No one can stop me.
Okay, out of the tower starting to shoot at us. We'll send our fly. See, it can't always hit, but we don't want it to do any damage to us. So, if we take some damage with our bats, so what? They're just bats. So that's why I'm sending them in first. The bats will get shot by the tower, and the Vargas will back them up.
Vlad von Carstein, master of the undead.
Countess.
So this guy's really starting to tank some damage. So, you think, oh, why not heal her?
I
Blood Chalice.
thirst.
Want to save your heals for your units and use the Blood Chalice on your characters. Okay, let's get them out of there. Zombies, zombies, skeleton warriors, skeleton spearmen.
This world is
Still got some Graveguard over here. Maybe I'll get them to charge and do some damage. Look at that. Let's get these guys in here.
swiftly.
It shall be.
Finish off these Graveguard. Yep, there you go. Oh boy, yeah, really taking some damage here. This is the worst run I've had doing this fight. I have never taken that much damage. But I also have not gotten that many kills, because usually before I try to charge my Blood Knights in there, you can't really get them in or get them out. So that's the thing with those battles. You're not able to utilize your units the way you want to. So like, look at this Graveguard, got 30 kills on Graveguard. I like this guy, probably did damage to our Vampire Lord, and that's how they got promoted. So, you don't want to put your nose up at Graveguard. They can dish it out and they can take it. But it's okay, because our numbers are high enough that when we end the turn, we'll recover a good portion of those units. And we'll start raising the dead, because we're going to be fighting Drycha next turn. Yeah, look at that. 5,000 damage, 5,000 damage. So that's not just to our infantry, that's to our heroes too. 1,000 damage. 1,000 damage, yeah. Look, the direwolves got 2,000 damage. So they do damage to the Graveguard, but they don't get kills. I see, yeah. But that's how good they are. And they're only going to get better. Okay, we're gonna don't loot and occupy. You do not want to take the conquest penalty ever. Only loot and occupy settlements you don't really care about. So the beauty of this opening gambit is that, as you can see here, we're gonna heal all that damage. We now also have enough points to get Flock of Doom. So just think. If we had Flock of Doom in that fight, we would have done it a lot quicker and taken less damage. So why am I giving her Enfeebling Foe? Because if you go up against an Ancient Tree Man or anyone with really high stats, you use this spell plus Vlad and Isabella's debuff, and you'll be able to strip all their stats away. Because Isabella has Penumbral Pendulum. We don't need this character to have it too.
I am Vlad.
So I'm not going to raise the dead this turn. I want to save my money. So we're doing all that. And then Waldenhof. Get rid of that. Check our diplomacy. See if there's any quick deals.
In charge.
No. So as the vampires, people really don't like you. There are ways to get around that, but we're not doing that in this campaign. Okay. So the next fight, it's going to be big, because we're going up against Drycha, but she's gonna fight 2 battles. Yeah, she takes Essen. And the thing about Wood Elves is they're really weak defending their settlements. All their settlements are the same. They have 3 capture points, and it's the same layout. So you'll see why the Wood Elves, they should be feared, because if they catch you on the field of battle, you're not going to be able to manipulate them easily. They're really aggressive. But when they're defending a settlement, they're quite weak. So first things first, we're going to raise the dead. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I bet you this knob raised the dead. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to go for it.
Begone. The world will... No mercy.
So she's actually merged some of her units together. And that's good for us because all of these weak units are going to bunch up on our blob and we're just going to hammer them. So what spells does she have? Rouse to Wrath, Foe Seeker. Oh, that's fine. Shadow Magic is not good against blobs. Even the Penumbral Pendulum. Its damage is focused in a short area. It's best for lines, not blobs. That's why Flock of Doom. If Drycha had Flock of Doom, I would not want to do this fight. Okay. Yeah, giant wolves are actually pretty high damage. Alright.
Annihilate them.
So we can auto-resolve this for the price of some bats. I'm going to show you how to do it without sacrificing your army. So these maps are pretty simple. Like I said, they're the same one every time. So they have a control point here, a control point here, and a control point here. So what you want to do is set your guys up here. It'll be your right side. And it's going to draw all their forces to this point, and then you send your cavalry out to capture the points, supported by the flyers.
But this campaign has not gone the way my other ones have gone. So, we'll see how it goes. So we got some skeletons now. So what we do with the skeletons is keep them just behind the graveguard. And then put your zombies, have a few of your zombies in front.
Undead knights! Vlad von Carstein!
Okay, here we go.
Master of the undead!
They're gonna shoot us, that's fine.
End them!
So you see, their units are spread out right now. They're not sure what they want to do yet. So we're gonna make our opening move and get them to do something.
On death's wings!
Not really sure why their Deepwood Scouts want to die.
Darkness reigns!
Okay, they're moving in.
Swiftly, suffering falls!
Look at that. Black Coach is getting some use. So this is pretty big blob. I'm not a big fan of this.
No one can stop me! End them!
I think Vlad's trying to fight the tree man.
Give them the gift!
Okay, all her units are committed. Oh. Oh,
Attack!
she's got that spell. Kill them. So does she have Awakening of the Wood?
Vlad von Carstein! Kill!
Giant wolves. Those are going to be a problem.
For Sylvania!
Victory is mine!
Okay. Capturing that point.
It shall be so! All shall be mine! What do you want? Bring dead! Strike them!
Oh, what the hell? The giant wolves.
Vlad von Carstein! Ward of the dead! Tremble, fools! Blood Knights!
Kill the Dryads. We are taking a lot of damage.
All shall perish. Kill. Vlad von Carstein.
So it's not like we're not doing damage. We're taking it too.
Immortal! Love eternal!
So Vlad's fighting Drycha.
Isabella von Carstein!
Oh, and I think our vampire's fighting the tree man. We don't want that.
Lead them!
Wait, get her. Yeah, get her.
Blood Knights.
Oh man. Not being able to raise a full 20 stack is what's hurting us.
I am busy. Victory is mine.
Yeah, get her.
Vlad von Carstein.
Yep, they lose. Oh man, what a frickin' pounding.
I'm in your thrall!
Give it to our character. Our army took a really big pounding, but they did their job. They survived. And Drycha's main army's been destroyed. She's not going to be able to recover from that very easily. Wow, even the treekin got a lot of kills. So yeah, the wood elves are pretty scary, but if you can tank them, then you just go capture their points. Like, if we hadn't have killed Drycha, they might not have received that loss, but we killed all their dryads too. Yeah, this is definitely the worst run I've had so far. But like, the damage looks bad on the battlefield, but once you get off the battlefield, it doesn't look as bad. Because a lot of units, like, we were spread out pretty far, which was probably not ideal. It gave them more space to attack. Because we're not really a damage dealing faction, we're a tank faction. And our characters were so busy in the blob, they weren't really doing much fighting. But that's so fast there. Okay. So again, 3%, that's not that much. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the public order high here, because we want to try and capture this area.
The world will drown in blood.
So that's pretty unlucky. I mean, obviously Zelig is going to hire people if he needs them. Can I recruit anything here? I can recruit some skeletons. I'm not a fan of recruiting multiple lords. It really eats away at your income. Yeah, you want to get your economy going as soon as possible. So we took a lot of damage. We'll heal. The next fight will not be as hard as this.
Champion of the dark.
What do I want to put here? I want to put something here. more control.
Let them come.
Okay. That was pretty tough. But once you get through that fight, the rest of it is no big deal. Okay.
Bow! Sleep is for the living.
So we could auto-resolve this. We'll lose some bats. I don't want to lose bats. So this army is going to be way easier to deal with. And it's the same map. So we outnumber them this time. The Treeman has Awakening of the Wood. Doesn't do armor-piercing damage. But we have to keep an eye out for that. Alright. So let's get our blob set up.
Ward of the dead. Blood's knights. Mortals quail.
Okay, we're getting shot. No big deal.
You dare?
Pulling their melee infantry back.
On death's wings.
Oh yeah, you don't want to click a move order when you got a bunch of units selected because it'll spread them out. Okay, trying to run away. Look at that. Going right for the black coach.
With haste, kill.
Tremble, mortal.
Okay. Do we have much of a blob? Not really.
End them.
Still faster than melee.
Vlad von Carstein. Victory is mine. Very well.
Oh yeah, so they'll go and recapture that point. That's fine.
I am darkness.
All shall perish.
Starting to break.
Von Carstein. Bow before me. Face your fate, mortals.
Oh no, not the black coach. I love you too much.
With haste. Blood's dance. Swiftly.
Yay. Wavering, wavering.
I am busy. On death's wings.
Look at that. That Waking of the Wood didn't really do that much damage. I think we should pull the army back.
Quick feed!
What do you want? With haste, swiftly.
Isabella von Carstein!
This world is mine.
Isabella von...
Here you go, black coach.
Blood's dragons. With haste. Hungry for blood.
Okay.
Vlad von Carstein.
Let's go.
Attack! Strike them! Master of the undead!
I'm in your thrall! We are immortal!
Time to feast!
Isabella von Carstein!
Swiftly! Lance's coast! All shall bow before me!
Isabella von Carstein!
Hear the night!
There you go. And we got magic, so we may as well use it.
Isabella von Carstein.
Look at that. That's how much damage they took. They healed and took all that extra damage.
Vampire.
Oh, that's fine. They're just... It's no big deal. I forgot I sent my army away. Okay, that's good. We're getting close to the end of this episode. I got a few minutes left on the timer. So we got Drycha taken care of. It's turn 3. That's a pretty big move because on turn 3, Drycha starts recruiting Treekin. And if you're the vampire counts, you do not have a good counter to Treekin. Flock of Doom isn't as effective against them because they're low entity numbers and they're made of wood. If it was a flock of woodpeckers, it might do pretty good, but alas, it's just birds. So, our next big fight, it's not really a big fight. It'll just be like taking out the trash. We'll be going back to our territory to finish off Sulik Van Kruger. He's probably got a decent stack now that he's used that Raise the Undead pool. But the best thing about that is that it grows every turn. So he might not have the best units, which is fine, because like we'll be able to just grind through everything he has. Really could use the Bloodlights a lot more. Like the Bloodlights could have taken out one of these guys, but I just didn't want them to take any damage. The red settlement, like the thing is, I don't want. I'll do it anyway. Oh, we got a student. Nice. Warg of Road destroyed.
Carstein.
Yeah, you do not want to build anything here.
All shall know me and tremble.
He's almost got Wind of Death. That's nice.
Cower before me. I am unstoppable.
Oh, we could hire some Ogre Bulls. 137 income for Ogre Bulls. I'm gonna buy them just because. How often can you say you have Ogre Bulls in your vampire army? That's funny. Okay.
World will drown.
So this is our next target, Mordheim. Building upgrade available. Okay. Well, let's check diplomacy just in case. So they're our next target. They're gonna die. That's why they want a non-aggression pact.
Tyrant. Yes.
All right. Okay. It's the timer.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though.
This quest
For
battle
while
is
the
really
potential
easy.
Rewards are great, so too are the perils.
But we're not gonna do it just yet.
I thirst.
Okay. So this is our next target, Mordheim.
The von Carstein.
Okay. So this is where I'm going to leave this episode. We're going to pick it up right back on the next one. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.